Happy Monday, you guys.
It's Monday, Motivational Monday, Mindful Monday, or Monday Rundown. We're really excited to have you all with us today. If this is the first time that you're with us on our Monday Rundowns, this is where Winston and I get to talk about all the different things that we don't get to talk about on our Wednesday shows. We love it. We love hearing from you guys with your questions. So keep sending us your questions. That way we can do those on Mondays. And we love to hear from other thought leaders and content creators about the topic of the day. And so today's another great Monday with another great topic.
Let's jump into it.
How can we handle our negative emotions? How can we handle them? Well, it's interesting that like the negative bit, right? Like I think they're just emotions. Well, I guess there's like a scale, right? Like you have like your
there definitely is.
negative to like
There's
more
some
positive.
lower vibes and high vibe.
Yeah, lower vibe, high vibe. Let's do that. For sure. And I think it's even asking the question. I applaud you for even asking. That's like number one. And then I think it's so asking the question, which means you have a certain level of awareness. I think awareness is the name of the game. This is like Monday in a row where we're talking about awareness. Number one. And then I don't know, being around other people, questioning what those emotions are, having a strategy.
Strategy to me, guys. Sorry to cut you off, Jay, but I'd say strategies is the name of the game. Awareness, like you said, it starts there, right? And once you're aware, hey, I'm in a foul mood, what can you do to change that? Because obviously it's probably not where you were. You must have been in a different state, then recognize that you're in an unhappy state. And so, one, maybe what was I doing before? Maybe I should go back to doing that. Or now, whatever I'm doing is not conducive to the experience I want to have. Let's move into something else. I know one of the things I like to do now is go out and like walk, just sit outside, because it helps me have a better appreciation. Sometimes when I'm inside, I tend to start focusing, or if I'm working on something, I tend to get very tunnel vision and find myself again 30 minutes later. Maybe a better example is like social media. I could be scrolling on social media. 5 minutes later, all of a sudden I'm bummed out. I don't know why. It's probably something I saw, put it in the back of my mind. It's bothering me now. Getting out into, the outside helps change that for me. So things like that makes a big difference. So I would say strategies is definitely having a strategy can be one way to handle.
I'm going to say also kind of the letting go book. You also just need to have the bad emotion or the low vibe.
Oh, good side. Yeah.
I think that's why I was hesitating, because I was like, why are we trying to switch so quickly? If we don't even recognize that we're having the emotion and we try to get rid of it per se, it probably will come back in some other form. So I think it's okay to sit and just like recognize, I'm feeling this low vibe emotion right now, and like this sucks, and just kind of like sit in it. And then I agree with the walks. There are lots of scientific studies that show if you walk for 45 minutes at minimum, it can change
your state.
Your state. So I love that.
Well, both good friends.
We have the School of Life again is going to come in and show us some really amazing things. We love them because they're just a way of saying these things that really are simple and digestible. So we're going to get into it again. I'm going to pull it up now, and here we go.
I got to throw it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts.
An unexpected and troublesome feature of being human is that we feel so much more than we spontaneously realize we feel. There are emotions coursing through us of anger or joy, resentment or fear that lie just outside the sphere of ordinary consciousness and that elude us as we rush through the challenges of our lives. These emotions lie low in part because they're often too shocking or sad or contrary to expectations for us to want to make sense of them. We might hate where we're supposed to love, or might feel sad where we are meant to be practical. And so, out of timidity and fear, we omit to register our authentic reality. Or else our feelings get ignored because they enter our minds too fast and in too great a quantity for us to disentangle them in the limited time we devote to self-understanding. And yet, unless the full panoply of our emotions is regularly identified and adequately felt, we are likely to fall prey to a range of psychological ills: anxiety, paranoia, depression, and worse. Mental unwellness is born out of an accumulation of unfelt feelings. We must do ourselves the favor of regularly, ideally once a day, carving out periods in which to get more deeply acquainted with our true emotions. We must continually ask ourselves a simple sounding but grand and deep question: what am I feeling now? To draw out valuable answers, we should sit somewhere quiet, probably in bed, with the lights low and a pad and pen handy. We should close our eyes and let the generosity and free-form nature of the question resonate. After a few moments of scanning the penumbra of the inner mind, we're liable to pick up a few intimations of something. It might be the rustle of a disturbingly well-camouflaged anxiety. With some of the stealth of a hunter in the undergrowth or a fisherman by the bank of a river, we can press ourselves to reflect further. What does it seem we are actually anxious about? It may require a good deal more reverie and inner inquiry before we very gradually feel a recognizable notion emerging, like a landscape subtly appearing at the slow break of a summer day. We may need to decode apparently minute moments of aggression, meanness, confusion, or grief that have impacted on us without us properly noticing. Or we might, as we examine ourselves, detect traces of ancient traumas that seem to be still active in distant valleys. Someone is crying, someone is very worried. A small person, who might be us, needs our help quite badly. We should carry out a similar process with our bodies, where many more muted feelings lie buried. What's my body feeling? We can ask, strangely but usefully. What would it like to talk to me about, if only it could? And to get more specific, if my shoulders could speak right now, what might they say? And my chest, what would it say? And my arms, my hands, my legs, my feet? Our limbs might want to curl into a ball and long for reassurance, or else hit an opponent, or elongate themselves defiantly and boldly. Or they might remember an old frustrated wish to be held tightly on a comforting chest. Through 10 or 20 minutes of this kind of concentrated but loose and exploratory wander through ourselves, we reduce the worry and sorrow of unfelt feelings. We become sad where we were previously melancholy, angry where we were irritable, and compassionate where we were anxious. And the result is a newfound peace of mind and lightness of the soul. We seem to have so much time for everything, except for what can save us.
So much time for everything else except for the things that can save us. I love the idea of just checking in with different parts of your body, or just asking, carving out time out of your day to just ask yourself, what am I feeling right now?
I love think of meditating.
Yeah. We don't we're quick to, I know, I'm not calling out anybody else but myself. I'm quick to put on a K-drama, read something, look at something else on YouTube, rather than sit and think about how I'm actually feeling. And I need to do more of that. So that's me taking stock. Thanks, School of Life.
Oh, man. Yeah. I honestly don't even have much to add. It was very good to it just made me think of the things that I think that we're currently doing, a lot of the practices that we have in place already, and it's about just being consistent. It is a daily, I don't know, it's definitely not a battle. It's something that you get. It's fun to do every day, to kind of learn new things that you can use to
do that.
Thrive in life. I'm not even going to use words like cope, like to thrive, and that's definitely what it is. Because I feel as I'm becoming more, and I'll use the word adult just because like a title, I'm just arming myself with more practical things that I can do to help, thrive in life, have just some better appreciation of life, and just more fulfilling days than I know I used to. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Good stuff, man.
That's
Good
beautiful
stuff. Let us know in the comments, guys, what your takeaway was from this video. some of the things you may have reflected on as you were listening.
Another great episode. We'll see you next Monday. But until then, as always, remember, you deserve the good life. Say that.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.